So you don't want to already have like knee sleeves and a belt and the lifter shoes and wrist wraps and elbow sleeves and a headband and bench sleeves and all of the other stuff that is out there. All right. Hey, remember to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend too as well, so we can keep this Nightmare Muscle and Juice Bar series rocking. Okay? What's going on, you guys? This is another series of the Juice Bar. So the question is, how do I get into powerlifting? What are some tips that we can that you can apply right away so that your powerlifting experience is the best experience? So from my perspective, Nightmare Muscle perspective, so I feel the very first thing that is important for someone who's getting into powerlifting is, all right, there's two parts to it. One, you need to be in an environment that is more open to how to powerlift, right? Because there are some environments and there's some communities of powerlifting that are very dominant in one direction. And I feel like that's kind of dangerous because that's one style of mindset, and that doesn't always work out for the individual who's getting into it, just because, for the simple fact that we're all different. And if you have just one style of powerlifting that is there and available, and those people are on a fixed mindset, you're gonna run into some frustration, and that might be a good thing. But from my perspective, excuse me, I feel it is best that you get into an environment that is open. Like powerlifting has so many different layers and levels to it, and I feel like it's important that you get into an environment that is you're comfortable enough to be yourself, one, and then two, they will help tailor whatever style of powerlifting that would fit you. And I know that seems a little complicated, but I would just suggest you get going and get into those communities. So it could be one at gym. So the gyms that, well, shoot, there's no gyms right now. So how you could do it is, you're doing it right now by listening to us, and then two, the people that I would recommend is, I would say, there's the guy Matt Winning. His powerlifting channel is actually really good. He's very open about the different styles. And then the other style of training is, it's evading me right now, but like you can look at Matt Winning and how he talks about powerlifting, and that will get you in a direction that will be more helpful to those that are starting powerlifting. So now we're moving on from like that initial first step. The next step is, do not buy any equipment. Like, I'm big on just building the foundation of just being strong with what you have, because the dangerous part about looking at what everyone else is doing is they are in all different levels of where they are in powerlifting. They also might just be very new and they're only buying it because everybody else has it. For the most part, powerlifting is a very fundamental and foundation style of training. So you don't want to already have like knee sleeves and a belt and the lifter shoes and wrist wraps and elbow sleeves and a headband and bench sleeves and all of the other stuff that is out there. You want to start off as raw as possible so that you can get a very specific, you can get the information that's very specific to you and where you truly are, because the equipment is to assist you. The equipment is not for you to get strong around. The equipment is to assist your power lifting journey so that you can keep yourself healthy. But initially, when you very first start, you don't need anything but yourself and whatever, and the bar, obviously, and the benching and the squat rack, and then, for deadlifting, just an area to do it in. But I think that it's important that we all come to this understanding that equipment is just that. It is only to assist you. So let's recap. get into an environment or a community of people that is conducive to the growth that you are seeking, which is powerlifting. You want to get into a group or around a group of people that are more open-minded than narrow-minded, because the dangers in being around those groups is like they have these false, they have this false sense of this is just how it's done. And it's just not true. Like, nothing in life is just one way. There's one way, and then there's variations off of that one way. So that's the first part. And the second part is, do not buy any equipment. And yes, we do sell, clothes, and we do have all of this other equipment that might be in our videos. But if you ask us where we are in our powerlifting career, we are a little further in the career, right? But before us all powerlifting, we were doing just training just to be strong. And so we weren't using any equipment. The only equipment that we might have been using was the wrist wraps, so that we can hold on to the bar for a longer period of time. But like, we actually wanted to now start to work on our grip, so we stopped using the lifting straps, and we would actually grow our grip while we are training over a period of time. Let your grip increase with your strength. And once you can see that, your grip is growing, you'll know that other things too are growing and getting stronger as well. But man, like, I really want to drive this home, because there's so much information out there trying to get all these young lifters or new lifters to buy this, this, and this. You need this, this, and this before you start, and that's just not true. You want a good program, you want a great coach or a great community that will help assist you in your journey, and then you just want to build your strength just with what you've been birthed with. Jesus, what you've been birthed with. So those are my 2 tips for what you want to do when you are getting into powerlifting. There's so many other tips, but we'll have more following this up. But I think these are 2 vital steps: is the community that you're in, and do not buy any equipment. And right then and there, that costs you no money. I just saved you like a few $100s, if not more than a few. So that's all I have. That's all we have. This is the Juice Bar Sessions, and I'll see you guys.